Morning, everybody. David Atkins, Target Individual. Today I'm going to talk about Agenda 2030 and go over some stuff about transhumanism and stuff. Um, then I'm going to read, but first I'm going to read a controversial to some people Bible verse. And like I said, I don't judge you if you don't believe like I believe. But there are a lot of people, a lot of TIs that do believe that, and so I always read a Bible verse before I start. And this Bible verse is coming from Isaiah 42:14 through 17. For a long time I've kept silent. I've been quiet and held myself back, but now like a woman in childbirth I cry out, I gasp and pant. I will lay waste the mountains and the hills and dry up all their vegetation. I will turn rivers into islands and dry up all the pools. I will lead blind by ways they've not known. Along unfamiliar paths I will guide them. I will turn the darkness into the light before them and make the rough places smooth. These are the things I will do. I will not forsake them. But those who trust in idols, who say to images, you are our gods, will be turned back in utter shame. Okay, here we go. Agenda 2030. The arrival of the New World Order is not the end game. It's a means to an end that's even more sinister. The ends consist of transhumanism, the death and destruction of mankind, the creation of a post-human race. The elite technocrats want a machine-controlled world to be merged with technology into robotic humanity, creating subhuman robots with no compassion, empathy, or ability for free thought, and to be controlled by artificial intelligence, transhumanism surveillance system. This AI transhumanism networks created the collective brain patterns of targeted individuals who were unfairly used as test subjects for over 2 decades, longer than that. These individuals are the first to experience the secret experiments in the AI driven transhumanism and surveillance. This plan is to be achieved for population through a variety of means connected to GMOs, chemtrails, chemicals, nanodust, but the holy grail of this anti human propaganda is the mandated agenda being pushed for the purpose of nanochips and biosystems into the bloodstream. Through the use of the nanotechs or biosystems, it's possible to electronically link humans into a brain-to-brain interface for the purpose of synthetic telepathy, surveillance, complex situations, as well as the ability to customize specialized mind control at individual levels. Though the use of nanotech biosensors or smart dust, it's possible to electronically link humans into brain-brain for the purposes. Oh, I read that. Okay, the Agenda 21, the secret plan of the New World Order is to reduce the world's population to a sustainable level in the perpetual balance with nature by a ruthless population control agenda via depopulation and reproduction control, a mass culling of the people via uh, planned, toxic adulteration of water, food supplies, release of weaponized man-made pen. I can't say it. Anyway. The agenda will then impose drastically on a reduced one world population, a global feudist fascist state with one world government, world religion, world army, world bank, world currency, and population to a technologically enslaved humanity. Everything is about a one world everything. How we get there, causing problems, offering solutions to advance their agenda. An example would be a one world country and society where everyone's equal. You can't have countries in a one world society, hence a third world equaling depopulation. In a world one world society would be equal. You own nothing and be happy. They have been using media to deceive us. Over 90% of all mainstream media is owned by just 6 corporations: 1,500 newspapers, 1,100 magazines, 900 radio stations, 1,500 TV stations, and 2,400 publishers, all owned by a tiny few. If you control the flow of information, you control perception. If you can control people's perceptions, you can control the way they see the world, situations, people, world, and events, and thus you dictate their response to them. Everything going on in the world is about lockstepping you into a totalitarian world and society. Another example is a one world order police force. They want a police force like Minority Report, run by artificial intelligence, hence defund the police or rolling the police under the bus in ways while slowly cutting staff to increase crime and destroying unwanted cities in favor of robots, artificial intelligence surveillance, and facial recognition systems. Their plan is to create non-human zones where ordinary people will never be allowed to set foot, but there will be one rule for the masses and another for the elite. Around these non-human zones will be placed buffer zones. Then, in the little bit of land left, there will be a dozen or so mega regions, human habitats with incredibly high population densities. They will become smart cities, 15-minute cities with mass transit instead of cars, high rises and people stacked up on top of each other in tiny box-sized apartments. You will be asked to need less and accept a living in a cardboard box for all supposed sake of the earth, while the elite administrators live in their mansions out of sight in another sector. Inside of these 15-minute cities will be 5G. 5G connectivity will serve as a foundation for efficient and smooth working of each and every aspect of smart cities. Artificial intelligence, computer vision, virtual reality, other advanced technologies can be better with smart 5 utilized better with smart cities can be developed unimaginable levels with these technologies. 5G will be the same millimeter waves as the human body. It will also increase bandwidth since the human brain is too slow to be hive minded. With these metals from chemicals lacing the central nervous system like a circuit board, the nanotech from the food, water, air we breathe, we will hook up automatically to the cloud or network metaverse like a walking network card. Artificial intelligence will control this AI transhumanist system and will eventually connect um, ever living human brain to artificial intelligence networks to design an AI surveillance mind control hive net in order to monitor and manipulate all electromagnetic activity of the human brain for purposes of controlling the timelines as well as control and enslavement of human consciousness. You get out of line, you're already in a psychotronic prison camp. They'll shock you, electrocute you, vibrate you, heat you up with these weapons. Surveillance cameras, microphones, 5G mini cell towers will be installed on top of LED streetlights. Smart meters will record all actions that require electricity use, and electrical appliances, wearables will come with Wi-Fi microchips, which will gather information and transmit it to a system. This is called the Internet of Things, and anything can be connected to the system. Gather information and perform surveillance on us will be connected to the system. In the end, they will try to control us all in an inescapable 5G grid with the AI God metaverse. False end times. One of the ways the elite will try to deceive the population will be creating a synthetic end of times, a fake alien invasion to bring the Antichrist. To do this, they will use technology creating catastrophic weather events, making people believe these events were prophesied and that the world's coming to the end. This will enable them to depopulate and gain full control over all world resources to live and force people into 15-minute cities while making these occurrences appear to be natural events. By using direct energy weapons and chemtrails, they've been manipulating the weather manipulation, direct energy weapons. They can use the atmosphere around the Earth to send energy across to other points. These installations are used to influence the weather and cause earthquakes and fry people. Additionally, HARP technologies have been used to control the weather, induce earthquakes, hurricanes, fires, tsunamis, disrupt global communication systems, and more. Chemtrails are said to be the cause of global warming. They hit the heat that enters the atmosphere is supposed to be able to escape. The metals being sprayed through chemtrails are trapping reflective heat back to the Earth's surface, causing global warming. These metals are told to us to block the sun and cool our planet. While acknowledging geoengineering, solar radiation management will alter rainfall patterns worldwide and kill people. Spraying at nighttime increases the Earth's temperature, just like they're tucking you in at night with a warm blanket. They're intentionally warming the planet, changing the climate, and causing droughts. This is called terraforming and ecocide. Climate change is very real and man-made. In 1996, Air Force created a document owning the weather by 2025, which they have accomplished. All the extreme weather we see is from constant spraying of highly conductive nanoparticles. Metals are reacting like constant electromagnetic frequencies that are now ever present in the ionosphere. Fires, winds, hurricanes, snow, lightning are all being controlled and caused by electromagnetic weapons, direct energy weapons controlled by artificial intelligence. Artificial direct energy weapons and electromagnetic weapons are also being used on the population to call them off as a slow kill. You can start to see the correlations between direct energy weapons, weather control fires, targeted individuals, diplomats, Havana syndrome, and 9/11. You can also see the correlation between chemtrails, weather control, electromagnetic weapons, DEWs, metals lacing the body, nanotech, 5G, mind control, and artificial intelligence. Project Bluebeam is also a part of their secretive plan to deceive the global population by advancing technology to simulate a worldwide staged event, creating a false reality that would lead to mass chaos and pave the way for the rise of Antichrist. This plot would be used to manipulate human beliefs through a four-step process involving use of technology and psychological tactics. These steps include the projection of holographic images in the sky, manipulation of human emotions through electromagnetic waves, a staged alien invasion, and the emergence of a new world religion led by the Antichrist. The four steps of Project Bluebeam are engineered earthquakes and hoax religious events. First stage includes using technology to create simulated national disasters such as earthquakes in specific locations. Simultaneously, high-tech light sound projections will be employed to create convincing religious ghost-like images that will align with various faiths. The big space show and a stage of massive holographic projection of extraterrestrial beings, often interpreted as religious messengers that even the gods would appear in the sky. The spectacle would be visible from around the world, fostering a sense of unity and awe among the population. Telepathic, electronic, two-way communication. Advanced mind control technology will be used to simulate telepathic communication. This would involve projecting thoughts directly to people's minds, making them believe they were receiving divine revelations from the alien beings. 4. A false apocalypse. The final stage would involve using widespread global communication to incite panic and chaos. The goal is to make people believe a doomsday scenario is unfolding, thus prompting them to abandon their existing beliefs and social structures in favor of a new world order led by a single authoritative figure, the alleged Antichrist. The NWO religion serves as a catalyst for ushering in a one world order with the Antichrist as central figure. The job of this religious sect is to create a chaos, living hell on earth, to bring in the one world order, to turn brother against brother, nation against nation, to make way for the new age, new world religion representing the one God Antichrist. This one God will, in fact, be the Antichrist who will explain that various scriptures have been misunderstood and misinterpreted, and that the religions of old are responsible for turning brother against brother, nation against nation. Therefore, the old religions must be abolished to make way for a new religion, New Age religion, representing the one God they see before them. This New Age religion is the very foundation for the New World government, without which religion, dictatorship of the New World Order is completely impossible. The final objection is to obtain a planet for themselves, control all currency, power, resources, food, weather, and necessities for living. They envision being served by a maximum of 500 million people who will be technologically enslaved. In short, they will rule the world's population in order to control all aspects of the human condition and thus rule everyone, everywhere from the cradle to the grave. This is about ultimate control of the people, and us TIs are the front runners of it. So, you non TIs, you better get ready and figure out a way to deal with this. We're dealing with it on a daily basis. The only way I felt to deal with it is try to deal with it and try to remain positive. Read the Bible, keep the faith, and just try to remain positive. I mean, because shielding don't work. Sometimes supplements will work for the body because it does drain you from supplements, but all the shielding and stuff. We've tried a lot of stuff, and my advice is don't go waste your money on a bunch of shielding. Um, Multitasking works. Spontaneity works. Doing stuff spontaneously, for remote neural monitoring. But these weapons and stuff, it's just very, very hard to shield from. So anyway, that's all I got to say. God bless you, and I hope y'all have a good day, considering what we're going through.